Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the hearing. Mr. Secretary, thank you for joining us this morning. It's so interesting to sit here and think what the American people must think as they are listening to these opening statements. One of the things that we hear from constituents, they think that Congress doesn't have, and the leadership in Congress doesn't have an energy plan. They are looking at what has happened in the past 2 years to a barrel of crude when it's gone from $55 to $130 a barrel. As someone had mentioned earlier, the price of that barrel, and when I was preparing for the hearing, Mr. Chairman, we went back and looked, and the price on a barrel when President Bush took office was $30 a barrel. It varied very little until 2004, when we saw growth in the Indian and China economies. And then it really did not start to accelerate until early 2007. And the acceleration has been from that $55 mark to $130, and that has been in less than 2 years. So I do think that's noteworthy. Now, when we were doing the Energy Policy Act of '05, one of the items we discussed was getting that bill had taken a 6-year period of time to come to agreement. And there have been many times that this side of the aisle that we Republicans have pushed to address the supply and the capacity issue. We did it in the '05 Act. We had a bill that followed the '05 Act in October of '05 that dealt with that issue. We had pressure from the Democrat side of the aisle to not address those capacity and supply issues. And what we know is that our constituents and the American people want to see this issue solved. To address the price at the pump today, we are going to have to talk about supply, capacity, about energy exploration, about energy independence, and begin to look at what we do in the short term, the mid-range, and the long term on these issues. Americans want American solutions. We are the most innovative people. We certainly can figure this one out. We know that there are barriers that have been placed in front of extraction, in front of exploration. Mr. Chairman, we need to remove those barriers, get the price down at the pump, and have a long-term plan. And I yield back the balance of my time.